Welcome everybody to the Entrepreneurial CPA Show. This time coming with the knowledge that you need to break free of the box, punch above your weight, and become a virtual firm. Not going back to working face-to-face with everybody inside your office. As always, Garrett Wagner, practical Poindexter, coming at you right to where you are, right to where you're watching, hitting you up with the knowledge you need. Flying solo, yet again, expanding on my last episode that you should not go back to how things were, that you need to move forward. And this time we're going to talk about what that looks like being virtual inside your firm. How to do that. All right? It's not the most complex thing in the world. There's 3 basic principles that you want to get into. All right? Make sure you got the technology, the tech stack to set you up. Make sure you've got the processes in place to handle this. And make sure you're ready to communicate with people, like real people that actually exist and not like robots. And the benefit to this remote work conundrum we're all in today and we're all kind of like pushed into is people have been doing remote work full time between CPA firms and all other professions for years now. This isn't some monumental change that we got pushed into that we're not sure what to do with. This has happened. This has been a long time coming, so we're ready for it. So now's a great time for you to embrace it. And that basic level you got to start with. You got to start there. You got to have the right technology to make it work. All right, and make sure everybody at home has the technology they need. If you have 3 offices in the 3 monitors in the office, you'd have 3 monitors at home. The same desktop, the same virtual infrastructure you had is a real click. Because you want it to be successful. You want it to be super easy. No matter where your people are, they're as fully functioning as if they were in their office. And if something's not right, just like you change their office, change it, tweak it, make it a little bit different. But at that most basic level, get the technology right. And there's a ton of technology solutions that are in the marketplace today. A lot of them firms already have because people work from home on occasion. You're just going to start ramping it up more than ever before. So step 1, get the technology right. We've also seen a lot of firms that allow people to work from home remotely full time. Give them a little technology stipend every year. Hey, here's your technology budget. You choose what you want to get with it. But that's you, because give them responsibility to take ownership over their home office. Number 2, like I said, being a work from home superstar. Right? Standard workflow in the office. Having a standard process for how things get done. That way you can better track, assign tasks, and monitor what's going on. Because you cannot just focus on the billable hour. You can't focus on managing by walking around, and you can't focus on managing by, well, this is how much I think this person got done in a week. This is how much they billed. You got to be able to track the projects that are taking place in your firm, set milestones and objectives, and monitor them as they move forward. Very important. Start with the technology, add the process on top of it. Because if you don't have a standard process to do things, you're already feeling that pain being physically on site in your firm. So to handle it remotely, standard process all day long. And last but not least, number 3, tip of the iceberg, communication. You have to communicate. If you're working from home remote, I don't care what your title is, what your role is in the firm, you need to communicate with those that you don't see day to day anymore, which means everyone inside the firm. Unless you're at a very large firm, it really means that. That's what it's about, communication. Replace those water cooler, hallway conversations you would have with playing phone calls. Touch base with the people in your office. Touch base with the partners, the managers, the staff, the admins. Have conversations with everyone that you work with about what's going on, both from a work standpoint and a personal life standpoint. The same thing you do if you were physically together in the office. I know for me and the people on my team, we're always mixing in work and personal conversations while we interconnect over Zoom or FaceTime or a phone call, whatever it is. It's never just a transactional conversation with somebody you work with. And if you're the person working from home, if you're one of the few people maybe that stays working from home that doesn't go back in the office, over-communicate with those around you all the time. Try and touch base once or twice a week with those that you work with. Don't make them feel like you're out of sight, out of mind. That's the biggest pushback I see from firms and people. Out of sight, out of mind. And it's a two-way street. If you want to work from home, don't be out of sight, out of mind. If you want your people to work from home, you don't do it either. Communicate with those around you. And Dr. Sean said it best in a prior episode. Just be human. Just be human and have conversations with those you work with, even if you're not in the same room as them every day. And that's what it's about. If you want to get over this hump and you want to be a successful firm that has people work from home instead of crammed all back in that office, make sure you got the technology right, make sure you got standard processes and procedures, and communicate with those around you. Those are the 3 tips that allow you to be a remote work powerhouse and accelerate to the future. No matter what happens, no matter where you are, break free of that office space you're paying so much per square foot for. Let people work from home. Be the rock star to your office, to your team, to your community. That's how you can not look back and move forward. So thank you for tuning in today, everybody. As always, you know the drill. Click to subscribe. Stay up to date with these episodes and more, the changing, evolving landscape that we're living in. And as always, we challenge you today to take action to change the world and invest in yourself.